I'm so tired. This is probably the sleepiest I'm ever going to make a video. So last night I stayed up too late, just irresponsible. I'm just a fucking idiot. This video is also going to go up late as like a result of that. But basically last night I stayed up too late and everything, knowing that I had to get up, okay? And I had to get up in order to go to the doctor. So recently I got a new doctor, okay? So whenever I go to this new doctor, obviously I have no idea where I'm going. I have my girlfriend with me, and that's it. Just me and her. Driving the car, she's just sitting in the passenger seat chilling. Now the thing is, every single time I drive somewhere, especially when I have no idea where I'm going, which is like the majority of the times, I have this nervousness that builds up inside of me. I don't want to call it anxiety because like using it loosely like that, I offended a couple people before like saying it like that, and they like told me that I had no idea what actual real anxiety was and all that other shit. I get nervous and I get scared, and it like builds up more and more and more to the point where like my hands start shaking and shit. I just get really nervous. So whenever I'm going anywhere, like driving anywhere, even to a place that like I kind of know where it is, every single time I'll use a GPS. Even if I know where the place is, I'll just use a GPS. I can get to certain landmarks and stuff like that, but like I have no idea where I actually am. I've lived at the same spot my entire life, 22 years, over 2 decades, and I still have no idea where the fuck I am. It sounds stupid, right? Like there's no possible way that you can't know exactly where you are. First of all, I did not do good in geography. Like I didn't do that well in school, period. But that was just because I was an asshole though. I honestly couldn't tell people exactly where every single state is in the United States. Like that's how bad it is. Just geography is just so fucking bad. Like obviously I drive a little bit less than other people because like my job is at my house. But, okay, so we end up going to this doctor, right? So I go to the doctor. Everything's fine. It's just getting, you know, checked up, physical, all that shit. And when I set the GPS up to get to this place, it's like 40, 50 minutes out. It told me that I need to go onto like a turnpike, like where I have to pay a toll. That's what it's called. I had to pay a toll. It sounds so fucking stupid. It basically set me on a road where I have to go on tolls, okay? And I've never driven on a turnpike before. I think I have at least. I don't remember having to ever pay anybody a toll. I've been on highways, but not like a turnpike. I actually had her explain how this shit worked. Like I pulled into this thing and it had this stuff about Easy Pass and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Okay. Go through this Easy Pass thing, and then they give me some sort of ticket thingy, and I'm just like, okay. What do I do with the ticket? And she tells me that like you gotta get off at this thing, and then they charge you this amount of money, and I'm like, okay. I'm sitting here freaking out on the inside because I'm just like I'm so nervous. Like I feel like if I take one wrong turn, I'm lost forever and it's over. I'm dead. And it makes me even more nervous when other people are with me, because even if I'm gonna die, at least I don't have to kill somebody else with me. Like if I got myself involved in some shitty situation, I would want to be the only one involved in it. Even though I would hate to be alone, I wouldn't want like the misfortune to be on somebody else, right? So with me exaggerating in my head that like we're gonna die and everything, I'm petrified to take like the wrong turn, but I end up following the GPS well, okay? It was fine. I was always the kid in school that why the fuck would you need to learn mental math when I could just have a calculator, right? Did we really get fucking Moab? So that was kind of like my mentality with as far as like GPS goes, right? Like I don't need to know where I am if I always have a GPS, right? And it's like obviously, you know, all the drawbacks to that kind of thing is, well, if you don't have your GPS or you don't have this calculator, you won't be able to solve your problems, right? You won't know where you're going. But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, this is always here. And if I do manage to get lost with a dead phone, well, fuck it. I'll find somebody else has some sort of phone or GPS or something. I don't know. I am so lost in this world. Like I have existed for 22 years and there are like 8-year-olds that know directions better than I do. I would always get these things like, hey man, yeah, can you meet me over here? I'm next to Burger King off of Route 86,000 East McBumblefuck. Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Just give me like the name of the place and I'll like type it in and hopefully I go to the right one. I don't know what you want me to do. It's 2016 and my teammates still think it's okay to capture A. I'm just horrible with like remembering landmarks, people's names. This is why I got shit on in history class. I'm just fucking terrible. Obviously I made it back in one piece, but just like every single time I'm traveling, if I take the wrong turn, or if I'm even in a car and I see that somebody's taking the wrong turn, I have a mini meltdown within my body. The times where I was a little kid and I was riding a bus to school with all the other kids, it's that one time you get a substitute driver and for some reason they get everybody else's stops and they pass yours and you have to scream at the top of your lungs, you passed my stop, I'm going to die because you didn't stop in my street. I'm just gonna blame this mental instability on all of those bus drivers that made me think I was gonna die. I mean, obviously if they just let me off at the next street, I could just walk back home. Like I know where I was going, but it just, I don't know, it felt that way. You could go from a completely fine human being, nothing fishy about you, we could smile and talk and laugh, but as soon as I start getting near that bus stop and you haven't started slowing down when we're within 30 feet of the place, I stare clean into the eyes of their soul and watch them transform from a normal human being into a murderous psychopath with ill intent to abduct me and drop me off at the wrong stop. Obviously it's not that deep, it's just it's how it feels. I'm gonna go take a nap. If I have a nightmare about a bus driver, I'll let you guys know.